Hello, everyone. Sorry I wasn't ready for that video to end, and I was still feeling some effects from bourbon. Hi, happy Wednesday. Welcome in. This is Kentucky Fried Dice, and we are continuing our KFD&D, our Kentucky Fried and Dragons. I don't know. I never thought about the acronym. I just thought it sounded cool. Anyway, we like to start our streams with happy news. And number one, thank you, Ryan, for your subscription to our channel for 23 months. You're amazing. Woo-hoo. And that's really what I got, is you're amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, and a hydrate. Thank you, me handlebars. So our happy news.
Caffeinate instead.
Oh yeah, caffeinate up. I've had a day. I've already lost my happy news, which I kind of read the article. Anyway, this is an article from USA Today, and for once, it does not pertain to clean energy or animals, which is the two things that we usually have happy news pertain to. This one is a little closer to home. Yeah. See, talking about remote work saves people, like the workers that get to do it. I've already forgot. I'm not a good news person today. It's like $4,000 to $6,000 a year when you just factor in. Oh, that was it. Yeah. Basically factoring in gas and, you don't have to eat at home. You can eat at home. You can walk your own dogs, like all that stuff. So it's pretty great. And excuse me, that bourbon though, just have a little revenge. I know it's gross. Even I don't think any of my coworkers are watching, but in my plethora of job searching lately, I was one of the jobs I was very strongly considering was in person, and the more I thought about it, it just did not seem like something I really wanted to do. Like, I have a really great situation at home. Have an office, a dedicated space for work, and Blue and I always get to like take a walk together on lunch break, and he really likes that, and I really like it too. It's great for mental health, great for physical health. So some of those like benefits that don't really have a dollar amount attached to them, but just the ability to do that just makes your workday like so much better. So yeah.
And I was going to say, I actually think it does have an environmental impact. You're not driving back and forth every day.
That's true.
And it positively affects animals, because Blue would be very lonely without you.
Yeah, he really likes to be near me at all times. And when he has to lick stuff, I can hear him licking. And then sometimes when I'm in a meeting, Blue decides that's a good time for a nap. And if you haven't heard Blue asleep, you're really missing out. It is the oldest of man snores, just completely sawing logs. And I have to stay on mute because otherwise they'll think I'm the one that's sleeping during the meeting. And as
you're
much
not
as
turning your camera on to prove them wrong.
No, we have to have our cameras on now for these meetings. That's one of our rules. Probably because people were sleeping through them. But also, I don't think there's a whole lot that you need a 2-hour meeting for. But that's just me. That's there's not a whole lot that you really need to.
When you need to discuss other meetings in a meeting.
Let's circle back and take that offline.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta have a pre-meeting to prepare
for my last email,
and then a post-meeting to circle back to the things from the meeting. So.
Per my last email usually means go fuck yourself, and I really wish that was appropriate to type in professional settings, just to really convey.
It is per my last email.
You are an idiot.
You are a moron. Can you read?
Read the email.
Can you read? No, they cannot, because they have to.
I almost had to say that to a vendor a few weeks ago.
Ooh boy!
I had to break it out a few times this week. It's been a long week.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's always delightful when you get to.
Yeah. I've actually been using. I bought some D&D candles for some in-person sessions, and I haven't really been using them, so I've been lighting them during the day just to like find a happy place, and that's also helped my work week. But I've went through a lot of candles, so good times. I think we have a recap we're going to read, unless you all have some happy news you want to share before we.
I have a question. What scent is the D&D candle?
That is a wonderful question. So I have multiple. There is Dungeon Depths, which I think this is one of my favorites, but I don't know what I'd say it smells like. I think it says it on here.
Yeah, the label has hints of whatever.
I don't think I can read it. But this is from Cantrip Candles, which is a minority-owned business, and they're all soy candles. And let's see. So Dungeon Depths was kind of like clean and fresh, actually, which surprised me a bit. There's also...
I'm gonna be honest. When I hear Dungeon Depths, I don't think clean.
Yeah, I think dank.
Oh, I think there's a whole thing. Dank.
Wait. But you know
Oh,
what?
I
And
just
I
read where it
get
says it.
optimist.
So you can light one and not burn a spell slot.
Okay,
there we
Dungeon
have it.
Depths is notes of dust, stone, and water. I mean, you wouldn't want to have a camera that or a candle that just smells dank. Like, if I wanted to smell
Well, I
something
wouldn't
dank,
name it Dungeon Depths then, but
I
I mean,
would
it
go-
makes sense for it being a D&D channel.
I think my favorite is Black Hound Tavern, which is whiskey and firewood.
Nice.
Ooh.
I kind of went all in on these. I actually really love these things. They're not paying me. I wish they were, but they are not. Sanctuary also is one I think this is the one I had you smell earlier, right, honey? This is ginger, incense, and saffron.
Very nice.
Yeah, and then a fourth because we're asking about them. This is the library scriptorium, which smells like parchment, aged wood, and leather. Very classy.
Very
So-
classy.
Oh yeah, those are called cantrip candles.
Mhm.
They're not sponsoring us. I just actually like them.
Mhm.
So
Meanwhile, my candle of choice, which this is weird because we've never really been candle people, but we went on a bourbon distillery tour and we were walking down the stairs and I just smelled this amazing smell and I was like, what is that? And it was a candle burning that is salted caramel bourbon scented. And I had to have it. I made Donald buy me like a $25 candle. I was like, I can't live my life without this.
I
And so
have to have this.
I have to have it. So it's been my cozy fall candle, and it is it is
Oh,
life
that
changing.
sounds
The best way.
wonderful.
we've been going all in on the coziness. I have an actual love of having a comforter on the couch. Like, I don't know why, but I just absolutely love it. Like, not just a blanket, like a full on queen size comforter that is, I will share it with Jillian, but really it is just for me. And like, I can get all the way covered up and get super cozy. That was my plan on Sunday, was I was doing that while watching football, and the football game did not go the way I wanted it to, but it was like so comfy and relaxing up until they missed that fucking field goal as time expired. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway,
Sports.
do we have any more
Focusing
questions?
on good news, honey. Good news.
Oh yeah. Hey, the good news is it doesn't matter. Like they'll still at the playoffs. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine.
So good news, just personal good news. Our oldest niece, Joey, passed her driver's ed permit test on the first try. She didn't get any questions wrong. It was like the written test. So that's pretty exciting. And she wrote, I don't know if it's a poem or a short story, but her teacher entered it into a poetry contest. So I guess it's a poem. I don't know. It read like a short story to me, but she got second place.
Nice.
I find it very unlikely that Joey's watching right now. But double air horn for Joey. You know what?
She does watch on
Triple.
occasion. So if you're watching, Joey, we're proud of you.
Very proud of you. Okay. I think we're gonna do a recap now.
Okay.
So let's hop into that and get some D&D going.
Cool. So, season 3. I'm going to pull this over so I'm actually looking at the camera still. Season 3, episode 11, also known as the Birds and the Bees episode.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Rosa rejoined the rest of the group as they were leaving the Temple of Piaget and shared her good news that the crocodiles are now out of the sewer and safe. Don't worry about how, they're fine. They decided to visit Professor Dayro by taking the scenic route around the city. If they happen to find an asshole tabaxi named Kevin along the way, then... In Captain D&D's, they learned from one of the owners that Kevin had been in there earlier, but left with a couple of people to go to Howard's Duck Inn. They took their order to go and went straight there to find Kevin meowing up a song on stage with his guitar. Kevin and a female fire genasi made eyes at each other, while a male halfling sat next to her. Chime went to the bar to be the honeypot, while Rosa went up to the stage to let Kevin know that Chime was down to flirt. Karn went to the Genasi to distract her away from Kevin, while James sent a drink to Karn for saving the city to give him advantage on his charisma roll. Sizzle and her servant, Yeneman, left with Karn to see the city, and James tailed them to keep an eye on Karn. Kevin convinced Chimes... Sorry. I convinced Chimes Part B, left with her, and went to an alley. Once Rosa arrived as backup, Chime turned the act off and tore Kevin several new assholes. He eventually succumbed to Chime's threats and agreed to get treated for his deed. God. Karn took Sizzle on a tour of the city to show her where he helped defeat the Marquess. He awkwardly talked about the magic egg, dying, and definitely not talking about the monastery he grew up in. She propositioned Karn for an intimate evening, and Karn had no idea. James walked by and happily greeted Karn as if he wasn't following them, and whispered in his ear that she was talking about sex. Karn declined on the basis that he was waiting for someone special. She left, settling for Yeneman again. James looped back around to Karn. They met up with Chime and Rosa at the Knowledge District. They updated each other on what happened, and Karn admitted there was a guy he liked and that he was in Mo Steps. Chime failed to get Karn to name him, so they went up to Professor Darrow's office. She told them about her theory that her catching machine weakens the caught person. She also said that she's been tracking a lot of teleports lately to a spot on the material plane about a day's journey from Brownstone. It's a place they've been to already when they went hunting for hags and lost. They discussed possibly testing this theory and decided to come back to it later. They left the university to head back to Howard's so Chime could meet up with Mostep.
All right.
And scene.
I forgot about the bee thing.
I do.
That was a fun recap to write.
Definitely.
It's good. It's good.
All right. Getting my screens all situated. Okay. So we're going to pick up at Howard Stuck In.
I actually have something I want to bring up first.
Okay.
So, in the player chat, we talked a little bit about kind of how we want to treat the testing of the machine stuff. And I think we have a couple of ideas about that. And I'm mostly talking about this out of character because I think that this, I don't know how to approach it. I don't know. Actually, now that I'm saying this out loud, I kind of think that maybe it should be in character.
Whatever works for
Okay.
you. If you're curious
All
if
right.
I have mechanics on how this stuff works, I think we all know the answer to that already.
Oh, yeah.
I do not.
Right. Yeah. So, I think that on the way, I would bring it up. So, kind of pick a spot, make sure we're not being overheard. But yeah, I think I would talk about it on the way.
Okay,
so-
then y'all can have that conversation in character on the way.
All right. So, I'm gonna stop everybody and make sure we're safe. Okay, guys. Epiphany. And then I'm gonna pull my pack out and I'm gonna get the teleport machine.
We already
Oh,
know where we're going, and it's just a little walk away.
Oh, sorry. It's a visual aid. This,
Oh.
This is to aid the conversation.
Ah.
So, I mean, we can try to use this to help the professor test. I think that we have a couple things that we need to plan first. So, first thing is, I don't want any of us to be the test subject. So we need a volunteer somehow. That's A. B, Professor Darrow's asking a lot of questions about how teleporters work, and we have a teleporter, and we know who made it. What if we try to... do you think it would be possible for us to try and find Meatball and then bring him back? We left when we left, they were gonna look for Meatball with some of the was it the dwarves? I think it was the dwarves.
Yeah.
We're gonna look for a couple more of the gem monies that were somewhere, and we pointed them in the direction. So theoretically, they're still in that area. We could teleport back there and bring Meatball back with us. And then Professor Darrow not only gets someone who understands teleports, but between the two of them, I'm sure that we could figure out how to test this safely and in a way that, or have some at least safeguards to try to not involve Dragonbane at all. Like avoid accidentally picking up Dragonbane. That's what I mean. Yep. Okay. Thoughts on that? What am I missing? How is this broken?
I don't know. It sounds fine to me. Just as long as she knows. I'm assuming we're teleporting our way to Meatball and back.
DM question. Can we use that teleporter to teleport within the same plane, or is it only extraplanar?
So the only way to teleport within the same plane is for an anchor point to be established. And Meatball had an anchor point established at Handlebar Mines where you left him with the dwarves. To your knowledge, there is not an anchor point anywhere in Brownstone or anywhere else on this plane.
And he would have probably explained that to me when he taught me how the machine worked.
He did mention it. I'm
okay.
Almost positive.
I remember
missed
bringing
that
it up.
part of it, so that's my bad. Okay, so
it was months ago.
Yeah. So okay. The portal stays open for up to a minute, even without the teleport machine. Although I wouldn't want to go do that. So worst case, one of us or someone who we trust goes through, and then they either come back immediately, or we schedule a time an hour from now and do it again, and then they can just come back. Because a portal's two ways, right?
No,
it's not two ways.
No, they've only been one way.
Damn it.
Oh.
Okay.
So you can't just tie a rope around someone's waist and yank them back through.
No.
You haven't tried that. I'm really curious. I don't know.
Kevin's the only one I'd be willing to send in with a rope tied around their waist, okay?
Yeah. We're not letting Kevin anywhere near Professor Darrow.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that means there's probably an anchor point about a day's march from here where it would not be safe to teleport to right now. Okay.
Yeah.
We at least need to get a message. Okay. It is my opinion that we should send a message to Meatball, probably a courier through the portal, someone we trust, who can then travel back with Meatball and help Professor Darrow. I don't know how long that would take a while. I don't know if we have that much time.
I don't even know who we think is a courier.
I wonder if we can figure out how to create an anchor point.
That would be helpful.
Yeah, but I feel like the only person who could teach us how to do that would be Meatball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a risk reward thing here going. Like, we could risk going there with the reward of figuring out how to create an anchor and bringing Meatball back. But the risk is that we can't get back, or whoever can't get back. So, okay. Should we think about this? Come back to it later?
I think we should come back to it later, just because I don't think it would be in our best interest for us to teleport and possibly not be able to get back if it sounds like Scars has gone as off the deep end as he has.
Yeah. And then the other, a second less extreme, less action-oriented option would just be to go back quickly, let Professor Darrow what we know about the teleporters, Meatball, where he is, what he's looking for, and that he actually has built one and maybe she wants to go. Who knows? I don't think she will. I think she wants to stay here and keep working on her thing, but okay. What do y'all think?
I say we let her know what we know, our hypothesis on it, and see if she would be willing. If not, we put it to the back burner for the moment.
Okay. You want to do that first, or do you want to go to meet Mostep first? Also, Chime, would you like us to join you, or would you like us to kindly fuck off?
I wouldn't put it in that mean
That's
of a
kindly.
way, but I guess kindly fuck off. It is a private conversation I was planning.
Got it. Didn't realize that when I said let's go to Howard's Duck Inn, so I'll let you.
I mean,
do that.
there's other things to do in Howard's Duck Inn. I don't care.
But no, that's cool. Yeah, that's fine. How about okay, let's just go tell Professor Darrow real quick, and then head over to Howard's Duck Inn. I'm gonna get a nice ale.
Okay.
Does that sound good, everybody?
Sounds great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna run back up and tell Professor Darrow what we know about the teleporter and Meatball. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think I've intentionally tried to hide that we have a teleporter. I think that I don't think I've been thinking about it, and I think it's weird that I probably didn't think about that when.
I mean, I think we kind of like indirectly mentioned it. Like we've
Okay.
talked about
Yeah.
it in front of her, but we haven't been like, oh, hey, by the way, we have this.
Right.
Yeah, we've let her know it exists. We've used it, but we haven't just like taken out the pack and been like, behold.
Right.
Okay. So going back and telling. Okay, perfect. So how are you? What are you gonna say? Like, how are you gonna phrase it? I guess.
I'm gonna knock on the door. Let's just RP this real quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna knock on the door again and call out Professor's name again.
Oh shoot! Come in.
Hey, sorry. I know we just left. We just I don't know why we didn't think about this before, but I think we've talked a little bit about this and how we've been able to teleport, and obviously you know that because you've caught us. I don't think what we even considered knowledge that wasn't known to you, but the teleporter that we use, we know the person who made it, and actually he used to work here at the university. Do you know Meatball?
Meatball? Is he alive?
Oh yeah, Meatball's alive.
Oh my goodness, we assumed he was dead when Dragonbane's minions took him away, but okay.
We were lucky to we actually Chime here almost didn't survive the rescue attempt, but Chime was probably the most important. Second, yeah, I don't know. Did way more than I did. Yeah. So yeah, Chime risked her life to save Meatball and saved Meatball.
Oh well, that's wonderful. Meatball could explain how this technology works, and we could easily. I'm going to try something real quick. We're going to see if it works today.
But okay, if Meatball can do this, that unlocks so many possibilities. Okay, so he's alive.
Yes.
Do you know where he is?
Yes.
Okay.
We're pretty sure. We left him in the handlebar mines.
Oh, that is some distance away.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, we have a staff wizard, and he's met Meatball. I think we could maybe send him a message. Through magic. I believe that be within his range, and since Meatball, they know each other. Yeah, see if we can make this work, so I could maybe send a message to Meatball and get some information from him, get some plans, and we could... I don't know what this would do, but I'm excited because it furthers my research.
Okay, and we're gonna try to figure out if we can. That is awesome. If that doesn't work, we can try to figure out if we can send someone that we trust to Meatball using our teleportation method. But again, we're trying to not use that resource right now because we don't know how many times we're going to need to teleport. So we're trying to be restrictive on that. But if that's something that is needed, I'm looking at the rest of the group now. I think we're okay trying some things, but I love that you have an idea that we hadn't thought of, because that's great. Can we come back? When would you like us to come back and check in on this?
Well,
tomorrow?
I guess, how much do you understand? Like, what can you tell me about the technology that maybe I'll have the right questions to ask Meatball? So
Okay.
how does extraplanar travel work? Do you have any idea how that works?
I know a little bit because
Okay,
because Meatball had to teach me how to use the teleport machine.
wonderful. Okay,
So,
that's a great start.
I'm actually gonna get the thing out, and I'm gonna start explaining how the thing works, and talk about the anchor points, and just say the things that I remember, which is probably is months ago, but
Go ahead and give me just like an intelligence. Sorry, what's it?
just
do this.
straight up.
Well, yeah, I was gonna keep my voice back.
Okay, yeah. Give me an intelligence roll.
Just a straight roll, no.
Add your modifier, but
Right.
yeah, you can go and add Arcana because I think you're proficient in Arcana, right?
Yes, I am.
So yeah, go ahead and add that because it is very heavily magic based.
Yeah, cool. Okay. 14.
Okay, so you explain relatively well. You're probably missing some stuff, and Professor Dara has some questions that, like, you just don't have the answer to. But she gets real excited. I have to scroll back down and find this voice again because I did not think ahead. That's fine.
Okay, but I can send Meatball a question and ask him about how to build an anchor point. If I build an anchor point here, you can teleport there, and then you can teleport back here. I will have to catch you anything. Because I know you don't want to do it. I know it's dangerous, but I think we're so close to a breakthrough. Like, if we can get this working, we can communicate back. We can send people home. We can open trade. We can make this a place that people like want to live. We're not just surviving,
Okay, quick out of character, very quickly. How the hell have we not been talking about this teleport thing and not talk about getting Chime home?
I don't know, that's on y'all. That's 100% on y'all.
As soon as she says that.
Going on.
Sorry, what was that? Right.
We've had some pressing issues going on.
When she starts saying, as soon as she said send people home, like, James's eyes just like went wide. Like, why the hell haven't I thought of this? And I'm immediately turning and looking right at Chime.
What?
Why did we not think about figuring out how to get an anchor point back in the old world?
Everything I need is here now.
That's why we didn't bring that up. I'm an idiot.
I wouldn't want to go home now anyway. My son's
Also-
here. It's healthy here. Things aren't. I mean, obviously it's dangerous, but apparently we're like gonna fix that or whatever. uh
I'm not going to pretend to understand most of what Meatball said in regard to the teleporter, but I got the feeling that someone needed to be there in order to establish an anchor point, like an actual physical location.
Yeah, an anchor point is at least it's a physical thing. Like it's not like a, I don't know how else to really describe it.
Not just like plugging in coordinates or something.
Exactly. Like there has to be a physical like anchor point in that spot, and that is what we'll get into that later, because now I have mechanics for it, because we've talked about it, and now it all makes perfect sense to me. So
Hashtag sorry.
no, this is how I think. Like,
yeah,
solution focused.
Okay. All right. Awesome. If you can figure out how to create an anchor point, especially if you can disassemble an anchor point when we don't need it, so that we are not opening ourselves up for other people to use it when we're not ready for it. So that, I think that should be your second question. If you can figure out how to create an anchor point, your next question should be, how can I destroy this anchor point if I need to, or disable it, or block it, or something?
I think
disable is the better question, because I mean, what if we have a network of anchor points and teleportation devices? Like, we can revolutionize everything.
I agree, but we can't. I don't want to open that up when Dragonbane can use that. I do not want to give Dragonbane more access to take his army.
Yeah.
So
It's a fair point.
I am 100% on board as soon as we take out the threat.
Well, I will head to our friendly wizard shortly and have the message composed. And hopefully Meatball has a way to reply back.
Amazing. You want us to check in a couple days?
Yeah, whenever you're able. The message stream more or less instantaneous, but I don't know. Again, like, can he reply?
Right. Okay. We'll check back in. Good luck.
Thanks, you too.
She like puts goggles back down to her face and gets back to work on some other machines that she has working on, and kind of forget you're there almost immediately. Very focused.
All right. I'm good to head to Howard's Duck Inn now.
All right.
Thanks for that, everybody. I appreciate it.
No, great idea.
All right. So off to Howard's Duck Inn. It's a pretty, like, I feel like it's starting to get evening now. I think this is like the same physical day as your interaction with Kevin.
Yeah.
And that took up some time. So like, yeah, it's been quite a day. I think like the sun is starting to set now. People are leaving like whatever jobs they might have for the most part, and the streets are relatively empty. And a crowd is starting to gather at Howard's Duck Inn as you all get there, and there's a few like people saying hi to you as you walk in, and lots of offers to buy you drinks and stuff. Basically, like, for however long you stay there, you're not paying for anything that night. The townsfolk like have you completely covered. But most up is waiting in a booth, like in the back corner, and people are giving him space. And it's like a large booth. So there's room for all of you to sit, if you so choose.
I'm gonna look at Chime and just say, "Do you need us to go someplace else, or?"
I'd appreciate it. It won't take long.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna actually go sit. Is there a bard playing?
Yeah. There's a bard.
Yeah, I was gonna get
And is it Kevin?
It is not Kevin. Kevin is nowhere
Okay.
to be seen.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually pick a spot by the bard. I kind of want to listen to music right now. Or
Okay.
James wants to listen to music right now.
They're playing like some folksy kind of like upbeat. Like lots of people are kind of swaying to it and singing along. It's some songs that are popular in the old continent, mixed in with a few that are a little newer that people don't seem to know. But pretty good bard. Pretty good. All right. And Most Step kind of sees everybody else go and just you take a seat, Chime, and leans back.
I definitely would be grabbing a drink beforehand.
All right.
Yeah, so I guess I sit down across from him. Thanks for meeting me. It's kind of weird seeing you outside of the Flock and Key. The only other times I've seen you outside of Flock and Key were when you went traveling with us and earlier today.
Well, I love the comfort of home, but sometimes one must get out to fully grow.
Yeah. So, okay. I really appreciate what you're doing for my son. I have and would kill for that boy. So what you're doing means a lot to me. And I wanted to find a way to maybe pay it back. Almost. I've noticed that, outside of the Kenku community, you're not super popular on the Elder Council. But I think if, oh Lord, okay. I think if you and I publicly present as a couple, you'll I think you'll be I think people will like you a lot, like outside of our community, because, and I know you like aren't in love with me, and you don't have to be, and it never has to be like that, but you, to everyone else, you are taking in a widow and her son, and I think they'll appreciate that. And I know I appreciate what you've been doing.
Most Step nods and like looks down at his cup, and it actually appears to be like hot tea that he is drinking, and takes like a long, slow sip. Kind of as he puts the cup down, like it's just like smirking at you a little bit. My dear, I appreciate your offer. I really and truly do. But I don't think that is what I'm looking for right now. I wouldn't ever actually like it would just be as far as you need it for your public appearance. It would never have to be anything serious. I would never. I know you do stuff, and I don't. I don't. She's gonna take a long drink. He just like kind of stares at you for a bit as you like take this drink. As you might be aware, my life has been full of adventures. And while few of those adventures have taken place outside of my bedroom, those are the ones I tend to think about more than anything. But now I have an extra responsibility. I have taken grass whistling as my ward, and I take that very seriously. And that has brought me to think about a great many things, my dear Charm. We Kenku are not blessed with the longest of lives. Might say we fly a bit too close to the sun, as it were. Or the lack of flying, which is more accurate, I suppose.
Pretty accurate.
But being with Grass Whistle has made me realize the thing that I'm truly missing in my life. And that is actual companionship. For all these escapades, while they have brought me temporary pleasure, they have left a massive hole in my heart, feeling empty and alone. And I appreciate you, my dear. I really and truly do, and your offer is most generous. And for that, you no longer owe me any favors. But for now, I must decline. If at some point you do develop real feelings for me, we can have this conversation again. But I do not wish to enter into any more.
Listen to me. The last thing I heard my husband say before whatever the hell happened at the end of whatever yesterday was, the last thing I heard my husband say to me was, I want you to be happy. Now, Russell and I, we were never in love. We loved each other, but we'd known each other since we were hatchlings, and you know, we started seeing other folks start coupling up, and as you know, life was hard over there, so we thought, why not just get it over with? No one will ask any questions, and things were so simple moving forward until Russell found a little egg and just couldn't abandon it. And as soon as that egg hatched, I knew I was done for. And when I look at my son, and when I look at the way you treat my son and the way he feels about you, that makes me happy. And I would like to keep being happy. But, I mean, like I said, you wouldn't even have to. It's fine. It doesn't.
My dear, I think you are under a substantial amount of stress right now. You being plagued with...
Are you shitting me?
Saving the world. I just think you're not fully thinking, but for the time being, if that is what you really and truly want, if you feel like that will guarantee Grass Whistle's happiness, if that's what it takes, then I am willing but reluctant. I want to find actual honest love. I want to find a reason for being. But I understand that love is different to everyone, and that takes on different shapes and different sizes. And if maybe our love will bloom from that, I'm willing to give it a shot. But if all you want is a farce, then it is not something I will truly be interested in.
I mean, I don't. No, I don't. I think it could, but if you seem so reluctant, then just never mind. Just forget I ever said anything, and we'll just.
I don't want you to think of my reluctance as something against you, my dear. It is that I want something real. And when you come out and tell me from the beginning that it will not be real, it is, it doesn't feel any different than inviting just random strangers into my nest for an evening. And I'm just simply not looking for that in my life now. You have given me a purpose.
How am I supposed to think you would have? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, your presence, your son, you have given me a purpose. You have made me want to be a better person, and I want that to be real. So if at some point that is real for you, then I will have this conversation and be all ears. And that council can be damned. They don't like me because I help the poor. And fuck the patriarchy.
I think she takes another long drink and sets it down and says, to be honest with you, I presented it that way because I thought that's what you would prefer. I've not seen any inclination that that you would be interested in this. You know, the rest of us have only ever seen you free-spirited and whatnot. So, I kind of thought that's just how you wanted to be.
At some point, yes, but again, having a young person that I'm responsible for, that I need to teach right from wrong.
I really was hoping you wouldn't bring random hookups into the house, but I didn't think it was my place to say.
Oh, of course, my dear. I have been on my best behavior since Grass Whistle has taken residence at the Flock and Key.
I do think that it could be something real, but if you're hesitant at all, I guess the way I would put it is don't feel like you're stuck with me ever. If it's ever something you want to, if this is something you want to pursue, if I'm something you want to pursue, but I'm here and I could, and I got a lot. You have no idea. I have so much going on in my head right now, but this is, I think, the one thing that I know for certain is when I'm done here, I deserve to be happy. I deserve that.
No doubt, my dear. And if you honestly believe that it is I that can make you happy, then I am more than willing to pursue that. But again, nothing fake, nothing sham, nothing for public appearances. It has to be real. Life is too short.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it could be real. I mean, I'm willing to give it a try.
he reaches across the table and just clasps your hands and gives him a squeeze. And this needs to be about us and not only about Grass Whistle. But if it's something you do want to pursue, I think you should talk to him first and make sure he's okay with it, especially so soon.
It is so funny you mentioned that. It is so funny you mentioned that because earlier today he asked me if I was going to marry you when all of this was over. And I told him I don't know.
Oh. I'm rather fond of
So-
that little scamp.
Me too. God, I love him. I told you as soon as the egg hatched, I was done for.
I can see why, my dear.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have a discussion with him and we can go from there. Otherwise, the rest of the parties, I think she looks around the room and she sees James up by the bar. What's Karn and Rosa doing?
I'm swaying.
Okay.
Karn is in another booth, just being very confused as to why people keep buying him drinks, but accepting them anyways.
Yeah. Well, the rest of the party's here and, we can, you can go have a fun time with them. I know you don't get out too often, and last time you got out with the rest of us, it was, go fight a whole bunch of avatars of the elements and get a magic egg and save the world and pledge yourself to a god that you didn't worship any gods like within the last year, and here you are now doing this. So if you would like to cut loose with us, feel free. I know I'm going to be doing some cutting loose tonight.
If you all stay in, I do not believe I've ever had a better time than when I am with you. So, cut loose. Really? Of course, my dear, adventuring. Though I've seen so many things with you. Again, I don't want it to be fake. That is my only concern.
No. God, no. I love when you're around. Honestly, I really kind of wish you had also been chosen. I know you kind of have that moment every now and again.
Every day.
But no, I do every day. I mean, I don't know why you wish you would be, but I wish you had been a little selfishly of me. But let's go have some fun. Looks like Karn is in his drinks.
Imagine Karn has several drinks waiting at the table, as the rest of the party. Rosa not so much because they don't know of Rosa's involvement so much recently.
Right.
Rosa gets to
She
fly
wasn't here
on the
when-
radar.
I'm
You're still
splitting
getting
my
a couple
free
drinks.
with Rosa.
There are plenty.
You pass one, you drink one, you pass one, you drink one.
I'm pretty small. It don't take much.
Same.
All right, so you're going to spend the rest of the night at Howard's Duck Inn and just have a jaunty evening.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think I have any good background music for a bar.
Bust it down as if our husband hath died of the plague. Bust it down to some loot.
Is this a good song? No,
I don't know. I can't hear.
Yeah, last time I did that, I think it made echoes, and it was just I think a shit show is the technical Twitch term for that.
Ooh.
I feel like this tavern might be playing like some Mumford and Sons kind of.
Oh yeah, I totally get that vibe.
Music.
Like the dude with the guitar, but it's still upbeat and vaguely about a religion you don't understand. And yeah, maybe it has a Ted Lasso theme in there. That's everything about Mumford and Sons. So,
well, it's now or never.
So I want to imagine that this lute player is covering Cannibal Corpse songs and going by the name Lute and Lascivious.
oh, okay. Yeah, we can make that happen. It's a different vibe than I was thinking of, but sure, whatever.
Quite the imagination.
Sorry, no, that's a flyer on the wall for tomorrow night.
Oh, perfect. They'll be there tomorrow night. Yeah. Tonight it's just
Every time I think of tavern music now, I'm gonna go to like bardcore music. I've recently discovered bardcore.
mhm.
And my favorite is Blue, because you absolutely can like shake your ass to Blue as if your husband has died of the plague. So that's what I'm imagining.
This is way better than Star Wars Cantina music, which is very unfortunately named.
Not anymore.
Oh, did they rename
changed it? They renamed it because
it's no longer called Jizz. George Lucas didn't think of that one.
That was not my original vision.
I've never heard that.
You never heard that?
You've never heard that?
Star Wars Jazz? George Lucas called it Jizz. Like, not made up.
It's basically like someone just asked him, and it's the classic George Lucas didn't plan any of this out. So he's like, well, it's like jazz, but we can't call it jazz, so let's just change a vowel here and
Darn
not think about what.
Didn't go with Juzz.
You could have changed the first letter. It could have been last.
Mm-mm.
We still would have gotten it.
It's not how George Lucas works.
But that wouldn't have been really as funny a story decades later.
I bet
Thanks,
he's
George.
salty now.
I think him and his several $1 billion from Disney, he's probably doing okay, though.
Probably.
Not the joke I was making.
Oh, I get it. Took me a little second.
Gross.
Like to remind our viewers that while it's not completely tagged, sometimes KFD&D will have mature themes.
Sometimes we mention Star Wars jazz.
How
And
salty it
sometimes
is.
we talk about cat assholes.
And sometimes we have episodes where the lovable himbo has to have the concept of sex explained to him.
Watch what? All right.
It's a living.
What is eccentric? No. Okay. So you'll have a wonderful evening hanging out at the Howard's Duck Inn. Yeah, I can't seem to find something that is bardy. Let's see what we got if we do this. Oh, there is tavern music. Good enough. Should have had that going from the beginning. Good enough.
I'll just pretend like I'm bopping along.
All right. Anything else you
That
want to do?
reminds me of Sea of Thieves tavern music.
Kind of does. It is not. There's I got a whole bunch of tavern music now because I bothered searching in tavern. Who would have ever thought that worked?
What a keyword.
Anything else you want to do while you're hanging out? Like, any other shenanigans you want to get into?
I want to get in a drinking contest with Chime.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Well, Ken's not here anymore to do it with you, so I guess it's gotta be me. So let's do this.
Is anybody else participating?
No, but I would like to make a side bet with Karn on the outcome of this.
What are you betting on?
What you have
Chime.
in mind?
Yeah.
Are you like announcing this?
No, I'm quietly over to Karn. I'm like, I got a gold piece saying Chime wins this.
She is small but mighty, so
Do I hear this? I would.
Yeah, probably. James, how loud are you when you're saying you want to have a drinking contest with Chime?
Well, I don't know if Rosa and Karn were standing there, they would hear me very much. Yeah, it'd be part of the table conversation. Like if we were sitting at a table, that would be part of table conversation. But I'm looking right at Chime.
Okay.
okay. So I'm gonna look at Rosa and say, "Well, question for you, Donald.
Yeah.
Are all of us there and Mostep?"
Yeah, Mostep is like just sitting back, drinking his tea and kind of smiling and smirking.
Well, Karn's just gonna look at Chime, look at Mostep, just kind of examining the situation, then look at James, then lean over to Rosa and say, "Okay, you're on." Gold piece says James. James takes it.
All right. What are y'all drinking?
Can I pull something from a non D&D franchise?
I mean, as long as it's not copyrighted. I mean, it doesn't matter. No one watches our stream. It's fine.
I actually you know this this property. It's the Caverns and Creatures.
Oh, his books were pulled from Amazon, weren't they? Did that ever get
Oh,
resolved?
were they? I don't know.
Yeah, there's a whole thing where his wife had an account because she also wrote books, and they thought it was two account. Like he had two accounts, so they pulled all of his books off of Amazon, and like he can't have any more books on there. So I don't know. I haven't read all the books in the series yet. I'm a little upset about it. Matthew was talking to me about it on Teams, and then I watched his YouTube videos about it. Yeah, it's a lot going on. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, anyways, the hard liquor in that is called Stone Piss.
Oh yes. They do have a.
Are you presenting this to Chime?
Yeah.
Are you presenting Stone Piss to Chime?
Yeah.
Because Chime, what does it look like?
So it's a dwarven liqueur, and liqueur is used as a strong variation
Because it's stronger than Dwarven Ale.
Yeah, it is. It comes like
Dwarven
in
Ale
a.
is just whiskey, basically.
It comes in a shot glass, and it's like this. I don't know if they've described it in the book, so I'm going off on my own here. It's like a cloudy gray where it almost looks like if a stone would piss, but like not like a yellow-ish color, like a cloudy gray, and like the cloudy part kind of settles towards the bottom, so the top is just completely clear.
That is the most disgusting thing I've ever looked at.
All
Does
right,
it have to be stone piss?
I'd be willing to concede first shot only.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Fine. Okay. First shot only.
Okay.
Guess I'll live large.
Someone has overheard this at another table, and as you're like, okay, fine. Daisy comes by and puts down 2 shots of stone piss.
I'm gonna tap the table, tap the shot glass still on the table, tap the table again, down it, throw it down. What do I need to roll?
Both of you need to, as long as Chime drinks it.
I'll follow suit, I guess.
Go ahead
I
and
don't know the etiquette.
Constitution saving throw. And like as you drink it, it like immediately burns your mouth as it's going in, and then like you can kind of feel almost like grittiness as if you were drinking like gravel water as it like goes over your James's teeth. I don't think Chime has teeth because she's a bird, and birds don't have teeth. They have gizzards.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. And it like
Just imagine Chime smiling with a full set of teeth, though.
All right. So, how'd y'all do on your rolls?
They don't have to her teeth. She's just like, I got these.
Oh, no, these are just retractable. Ugh. I got a 12.
Okay. How'd you do, James?
James got a 21.
All right. Chime, you are like it hits you hard, like almost immediately. You're feeling like a little like, and James, you're feeling okay so far.
God, you got this. You are fine. You got this.
Oh,
What is your
needs to drink more water?
what is your next shot or drink?
I'm going with like fire whiskey, I guess.
Okay.
I feel stone dust in my mouth.
Yeah, it's gritty. Your mouth feels a little coated still.
Like you were hanging out at the beach with your mouth open.
Oh, thank you for that hydrate, Ryan. Very appropriate.
Oh,
Oh yeah, thank you.
Reminder to the characters too.
Hydration is happiness. All right. So your next is just like a standard, just like whiskey. So they again, somebody overhears it and immediately like Daisy brings you 2 more shots, and then she brings another 2 ales just for Rosa and for Karn, and like makes a point of putting them in front of the person who's supposed to get them, and gives you all your shots. So this is just whiskey, so not as quite as strong as Stone Piss. Go for it.
You looked lost last time. Table, shot, table, drink.
okay. Table, shot, table. Fuck, I don't know.
We'll get it next time.
Constitution
I
saving
don't
throws
know.
again.
I'm just gonna drink it. That's not what we're here for, James. We're here to drink, not do this silly ritual. Okay.
Here's how I would like to play this.
Absolutely.
DM, okay. So it's table, clink, table, drink, and maybe I should have said it that way. I didn't even plan that. But it's table, and then I see Chime drink, and I'm reaching out, and then I'm flustered, and then I rush, and then I like basically try to throw the shot down my throat as fast as I can, and I just start choking on it.
Yep.
I get it down, but it's not pretty.
And you are definitely feeling a little more now with your 5. Chime, how'd you do?
I got a nat 20 for a 22 total.
All right.
So I'm gonna set that baby down on the table and smack the table and be like, ah, yeah.
Like it's
Alive.
nothing. You're both about the same level of inebriated right now.
Better than stone piss.
What's next?
White dog.
White dog.
Okay.
So
Is that a cross between White Lightning and Mad Dog?
White
I don't
dog
know,
is
I'm
just
scared.
whiskey that's not aged.
yeah, so just basically like they'll bring
yeah.
out some clear shot glasses this time and put them down in front of you. And again, Constitution saving throws whenever you're ready.
Yep. Very nice. Very nice for me anyway.
I got a natural 1.
Okay. So that's
I got
what is that
14.
total with your modifiers?
4.
Okay, and a 14. Chime, you're still doing okay. James, this one, I don't know. Maybe it's this like just clear liquor, but like you are not feeling as great. You are James is starting to slur his words a bit. He's getting flushed in the face. which is probably difficult to really pick up on as he's already a little red. And Chime, you're still doing okay. So this next one.
Can I see how he's doing?
Yeah, he is. He's like kind of getting closer to like a sloppy drunk almost already. Like he is not holding his liquor super well.
I'm gonna slap the table again. Look him. You watch yourself.
You.
Me.
Yeah.
Rosa leans over to Karn and says, I got another gold on Chime.
Yeah.
That's a good bet.
Aren't just gonna look at Chime again and just say, you know what? I want to see how this ends up. I don't think she has it in her. You're on for the other gold piece.
Oh shit.
Chime, don't let that stand.
Ooh. Watch me, Karn. I don't know. Whatever
Two more
up
shots
on the
arrive
menu.
on the
Yeah.
table. They are a bright red, and then but Daisy like pushes your hands back a second and brings out like a small like I don't know, like a piece of cotton or something, like a wick that's already lit, and lights the top of both your drinks, and it flames up. And she like mimes to you to blow it out before you drink it.
Cool.
And
Oh yeah, absolutely.
all right, y'all ready?
To being a fire-based drink,
I'm ready.
I know we're at The Simpsons has the flaming mo. Can we have this be the flaming mo step?
Oh, this is actually I was gonna call it a fire bolt. But most stuff is not probably popular enough here to have a drink named after him yet.
Okay.
But yeah, I like the Flaming Most Up a lot. Because
I would like to use inspiration.
God damn it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Would you have liked to have used inspiration?
I would have liked to have used inspiration, but I didn't.
I didn't bring it up before she rolled. I will not use my inspiration. That is not fair.
Okay.
As a reminder,
12.
we get inspiration
12.
before every
Okay.
game.
Okay. Time it hit you hard. It hit you harder than it hit James. And you are starting to get a little sloppy and like kind of not controlling as well. And James is a little bit drunker, but not quite. James might be slightly more drunk than you, but it's still pretty close. I think it's going to come down to one last shot.
Ooh, bring it.
Rosa, what do you think? What would your shot of choice be for them?
Oh.
You can just say anything and it'll be fine.
Just make up a word.
Just make up to like a word or two together.
Apple pie. Duh.
Okay.
That sounds
Okay.
so, I would take that shot in real life.
Those are
I
good
have
shots.
taken that shot in real life many a time.
All right. She gets into a mason jar from the back bit and like opens up the top and gives it a whiff and like puts her head back like oh and pours it into shot glasses, but not even completely full. Like probably 2/3. But no weird texture or anything. And then brings an apple out and cuts it up into little slices and sprinkles a little cinnamon and sugar on top of it. And
See.
puts both your drinks out and put your apple slices covered in cinnamon and sugar.
My
And then,
appy
like-
slices. Yes.
Is there any chalky milk?
God, I hope so.
With some chicky nuts. At this point, like most of the tavern is very invested in what's happening. And there's a small crowd around your table, and other side bets are happening. And it all comes down to this.
Would you like for us to both use inspiration on this? I'm going to use inspiration. You use it if you would like.
Fair. I will also use inspiration this time.
Okay.
Okay.
I think mainly the win here is how much can we not have a hangover?
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be a thing.
Okay.
I'm
What'd y'all
glad I
get?
used inspiration. With my inspiration, I did not get a 6. Instead, I got a 17.
Okay. Chime.
With my inspiration, instead of 16, I got a 21.
Ooh.
Okay. It hits you both, and it's by far the most delicious thing either one of you've had tonight. Just fruity and warm, and it just goes down your gullet and just makes you feel warm and comfortable. And that's the last thing James remembers as his face just smacks face first in the table. And Chime, you're
Chime
feeling a
stands
little
up and
off.
screams, "Nuts for sale!"
The whole tavern erupts into a raucous tears as James is now like leaned off to the side and just breathing, and Mostep is I'll escort him up to his room for the evening if that's all right with
That-
y'all.
Seems like a good idea.
I'm gonna very slurred in a slurred manner congratulate Chime.
Thank you.
And Rose is
And
going
then-
to tell Chime, I'll help you up to your room, and if you don't throw up on me, I'll give you one of these golds I'm getting from Karn.
Hell yeah!
Karn is
I
gonna
will
lean over to
take that
James.
deal.
After James congratulates Chime, though, Karn is going to lean over to him and go, that's Chime.
All right.
Okay.
Yay!
Thanks, Dad. James wouldn't actually say that. Sorry, that's actually.
All right, up to the. You'll have private rooms here at this point. Like, they're always kind of ready for you. So, Mostep like tucks James in, and has like a little bucket for
Thanks,
him.
Dad.
He just pats your head. Has like a whole pitcher of water in a glass.
Yeah,
Just,
similarly, I get Chime set up with some water.
I'm gonna grab Rose's hand, and I'm gonna be like, "Can I tell you a secret?"
Always.
Me and Mostep are starting to date.
Oh.
I think Karn might like him, so I kind of feel like a shitty friend. Is that okay?
I think you need to do what you need to do to be happy, but maybe you would talk to your friend about it.
Maybe I should. I don't know.
But not tonight. I think that's a tomorrow problem.
Yeah, that sounds like a problem for tomorrow, Chime.
Definitely a tomorrow Chime problem. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
It's
welcome.
fun having another girl around. We used to have another girl, and then she ran off with a wizard.
Happens to the best of us.
Sometimes I miss her, even though she would never admit it to me. I mean, I would never admit it to her.
I understand. You did good tonight.
Thanks. I drank the alcohol. I drank the shots.
You sure did.
I did.
Karn's going to knock on the door and just put a basket right by her bed. I put another one of
Thanks.
these right by James's.
Thank you, friend.
Just in case.
Thank you, friend.
Most
All right,
just,
I'm gonna go to sleep now.
so as y'all are leaving Chime's room, Most Step just comes by. I just wanted to make sure she was doing all right, but I think you took excellent care of her.
She just shoots a thumbs up from the bed.
Wonderful. I'm going to return to the Flock and Key for the evening. I hope you all. Good night, my dear. If you all need anything from me, of course, you know where to find me.
Yeah,
You go to sleep, dear. You've
I
had
will.
Quite a day.
I'm imagining that James is just already completely passed out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if there really was a true winner in that contest aside from Rosa.
No.
The only
Yeah,
winner
Karn.
of this entire competition was her. Karn hands over 2 gold pieces. You won this fair and square.
I sure did.
Oh, Jillian and her press your luck games.
Double down.
Yeah, that might have been a little bit out of character, honestly. But
It was honestly, it was a no stakes thing.
I don't know. I feel like Rosa might be a Wits and Wagers player.
Definitely a compulsive gambler who has downloaded all the sportsbook apps and all the daily fantasy and is constantly like knows something, has a system.
It's the real reason she keeps herself out of the city.
She owes too much money
Oh my
gambling on the dog track.
But it's okay.
Thank God.
It's okay. I have a sure thing this time.
I know a guy. All right. So with that, everyone hopefully falls. Unless really Chime and James, y'all are both
We're
done
peaced
for the
out.
night. Yeah, y'all are done. But Rosa, Karn, y'all have anything else you want to do tonight before y'all get your long rest? And
I was pretty entertained by that, so I'm ready to go to bed. I feel satisfied with my
All right.
with my level of fun for the evening, and probably a little people down.
yeah. Karn.
It's just gonna walk back to his room, but it's gonna take a look at the door to Chime's room, and just kind of put his head down dejectedly a little bit, and then go back to his room.
Oh, like a full-on Charlie Brown.
Yeah, it's even gonna be the fantasy version of Christmas Time is here.
Oh.
God.
It's one of my favorite rest development bits when he walks like that. All right. Most Step goes back, so you all are able to get a good night's sleep. James and Chime, give me one more Constitution saving throw to see how bad your hangover is the next day.
Should have saved our inspiration.
Probably.
Damn.
Okay.
I got a 12.
I got a 21.
Okay.
Rock.
Chime, you're probably feeling maybe a little more hungover than James for some reason, but like you're okay. Like I was, if you rolled really poorly, I was going to give you a level of exhaustion, but y'all rolled
Could
better
be
than
like, roll for throw up.
yeah. Up, Chuck. No, y'all are good.
Roll a dexterity saving throw because you got up too quick.
Man, I really feel like wish Ahmed was here for this one. He would have been involved in that for sure. You feel like you feel the blessing of the god of hospitality upon you as the reason that neither one of you were hungover the next day.
Yeah, thanks, Ken.
So
Not Ken.
that was Howard.
Oh, it's Howard. Thanks,
Yeah.
Howard.
You know, definitely feel like you're still being watched and blessed in ways by the
I'm
gods.
gonna have a short little one-sided. Hey Howard, thanks. How are you doing? I'm doing good. It's me, James.
If you weren't gonna make the joke, I was going to.
A little slow on it, but yeah, I got this.
All right. Next morning, y'all are feeling okay.
Okay.
What's the plan?
I don't know.
Cool.
You guys want to? I think we have some plans to make.
We gotta.
We have options. Y'all want to figure plans out at Flock and Key?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that seems to be our base of
do
operation,
that.
pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Head to Flock and Key.
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
All right.
All right. I'll lay out the options I know. Hit me. Throw in any that I miss. We have the spot about a day's. We have the Hag Cave. We can go check out. We don't know much about it. We just know there's a lot of teleportation going on there. We don't know what. Could be Dragonbane. Could not be.
I do want to clarify something that your characters would know. It is not the actual Hag Cave that the teleportation and stuff has been happening at. It is a house
Spot close to it. Sorry.
relatively close to that. Just so we're like
Got it.
all on the same page. You're good.
My bad. I remember that, and then I had forgotten it since the recap. Yeah. Okay. So we got the spot at the house by the cave. We also know that Scars is holed up in a house, and I'm willing to bet that it's the same house. However, I don't know if we're ready to go up against Scars plus whoever he has there. But maybe recon. I don't know. Maybe we go in guns blaze. I'm sorry. Rods blazing. Wands blazing. Okay. We can try and find Meatball and get something figured out to help Professor Dayro further teleportation studies.
We would want to talk to Professor Dayro first, wouldn't we? Because she's got the wizard thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. This is just a which one do we want to pursue? Yeah. So yes. So it's the whole Meatball teleportation stuff, that whole thing. Do we have other options right now?
I can't think of any.
Probably makes sense to go back to the professor, since she said the communication could be instantaneous. Didn't know how long it would take to get a reply, but might as well start there to see if that's something we need to move on before we kind of just do an investigation on something else.
I also am very eager to stay out of the line of fire as long as possible.
I'm also okay with this. I think that's good. If we, even if we're not the ones doing the stuff, I think that we can still help get some plans in motion for that, and then wherever we're needed, we can go there. Okay, that sounds good to me. Any objections?
What about Arn? You haven't said anything.
I think we should consult with the professor, but at the same time, I feel like as a very, very close second priority, we need to check on the whole Scars situation. I don't feel, just given everything that seemed to be happening with his followers and the situation we found Epochs in, I don't feel like we can let that situation slide. And I definitely don't think we can leave the city without trying to tackle that.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay. Do you have a consensus then on what you're doing first?
So sounds like we're gonna go talk to Professor Dayro first and figure out what's going on with that. Then our second and very, very close second priority is to just figure out the Scars situation, whatever it is, because we don't have much info. So let's do that let's go see Professor Dayro. Let's figure out what's going on there, and then we'll decide after we know what's going on how much we're going to get involved with that, and how much we need to divert to scars. Cool. All right.
Sounds good.
Head back to Knowledge District.
Okay.
Oh, do we want to? Should Mostep come for any of this? It's in town.
I mean,
He probably doesn't.
I feel like he's pretty intertwined in all this. I don't care. I don't care. Chime kind of just looks away.
I think in James's head, it's just he saw Mostep out last night, hasn't seen Mostep out, so Mostep is just on his brain. It's like, well, we're also here at Mostep's. We're leaving. Should Mostep come with us? That's James's headspace.
Mostep doesn't seem super interested in like going to investigate this teleportation stuff. Like, he's interested in it, but he's also still running the legitimate business person's organization for the town, and that takes up quite a bit of work, and like, you know, helping raise the, you know, grass whistle, and he seems pretty focused on that as well. So yeah, unless you like really want him to go, he's good just staying.
The Legitimate Business Association sounds like the Human Fund.
Oh no.
Well, as we start to exit, I flip Chime her a gold coin and say, "This is from last night."
Oh, thanks. You really could have gotten away with not giving that to me, because completely gone.
You earned it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like, what happened
I
last
give a little
night?
bow. Well, no, I kind of remember.
So hungover James is going to be looking for any maybe candied pecans or something to pick up along the way. Snack
Perhaps
on.
some nuts for sale.
Some nuts for sale. Need something a little sweet, a
No
little salty.
place.
Oh yeah, there's definitely it's not like super early, because I think y'all probably all slept in a bit, as it were. So there's some vendors out selling absolutely some candied pecans, or some type of candied nuts that smell amazing. So yeah, it's like
I'm buying like a large bag so that I can have them all day.
like a large
I am
bag
also
is
buying a large bag.
like a silver for a large bag, and they like overfill it, so it's like this heaping like white and red striped bag full of candied nuts. Like, you basically, like, everything that he has ready with those two like large bags, that's it, like just totally full. And as he's like, oh, you gotta be a silver each, he like recognizes who you are. He's like, oh no, never mind, you're nope. On the house. On the house.
No,
I say
am
thanks.
Shoving I'm shoving a handful of coins. I'm like just throwing them at him, taking the nuts, and running away.
I'm gonna be like, thanks, and I'm just gonna put the silver on his stand and walk away.
Okay.
The two different approaches.
Karn's just looking at everything that's on his enormous stand. Just, I'm imagining, just because you keep mentioning candied nuts, I'm just imagining this is like the fantasy equivalent of Buc-ee's.
There's some jerky off to the side. Like, yeah, just a one stop. Actually, it's like a werebeaver.
Nice. Oh my god, I love that. Ooh, fun story. So Michelle went. She had to go on a business trip. She left Sunday, came back Monday. But when she came back, she stopped at Buc-ee's. She brought me some beaver nuggets and some lemon wafer or like crisp cookies or berries.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I'm sorry. I said wafer. They're not wafer. They're like crispy. They're almost like little they're not the macaroons that are the proper French ones, or the other macaroons that sound the same but are actually spelled different or are completely different but are like a crunchy cookie, like
Mhm.
those,
Mhm.
but lemon, and they're very good.
I mean,
I
as
got-
soon as you said candied nuts, I was like, when can I
Buc-ee's.
go to Bucky's and get some?
Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. After we went to Austria, I got super into those actual wafer cookies. I forgot what brand they are, but they're made in Vienna. And
Gamer. Wait.
that, and like, I got obsessed with them. I was buying off of Amazon a lot because I really missed them. And yeah, I really like those wafer cookies. Anyway, so making your way to Professor Darrow.
As
Okay.
Karn puts down the tunic emblazoned with a smiling beaver and catches up with the party.
All the stuff for your room.
A sports tunic.
These really expensive coolers, fire pits. I mean, everything you could ever want. Really nice bathrooms, full doors. Just amazing. All right, Professor Darrow.
Professor Jana Dove
Yeah.
Darrow. I'm gonna knock.
It's open.
Hi, Professor. It's us again.
Oh, I'm so happy to see you. And she's
working on a new contraption that you haven't seen, and she has like bits of precious metals and gems kind of scattered throughout her office as she's like working on them, and has some fine tools and assembling things that you're just not 100% sure what she's doing, but
So I got a message back from Meatball. He actually been working on something like this before he ever left with Dragon Bait. I think that's maybe why he took him. But he had some plans already in his office and gave me permission to go in and get them and tell me what modifications I need to make. So I think I can probably have it available in a couple of days. I'll make some modifications of my own so we can disable it, I suppose. The issue is there's no real way of testing it until you test it. If it doesn't work, I don't know what else to do.
Hey, that's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, whatever. If you can set an anchor point, we can create a teleport tunnel, and I don't know. We'll throw an apple through and see if it explodes or something. Whatever. We'll.
Why would it explode? Do apples normally explode?
It was just.
Oh
I
my
was just
god!
trying to imagine
I
the
never
worst
thought
thing
about
that could
the
happen.
consequences.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to imagine the worst thing that could happen. If
Well,
I
it's
went
actually-
through and exploded, that would be the worst thing that could happen to me that I could
It's
think of.
not super dissimilar from what I'm working on already. It just
James,
doesn't.
the only apple thing that exploded last night was you drank that.
That's why I've got apples on the brain. I can still taste it.
It's a good taste.
Surprisingly, I am not wanting to throw up in my mouth. I'm sorry. We
Unlike
had
with stone piss, I feel nauseous just thinking of it.
we had a couple of too many shots last night. Sorry.
I can smell. Yes, thank you.
I'm getting out my
my.
I'm getting out my little notepad. I'm writing down. Take a bath. Close it up. Stick it in my pocket. Constructive criticism has been received and will be acted upon. Thank you.
She's like,
she just shrugs and gets back to working, sort of.
Anyways, yeah. So, we'll come back in a few days. We'll see what we can do to test. We'll figure some stuff out. If everything looks great, we might be able to get Meatball back here to help you if that's what you want. But also, we should just get Meatball back and here and safe.
that would be amazing. The two of us working together, I'm sure we could figure out all kinds of things. Meatball is just some kind of genius. He's kind of cute.
Way cuter than Kevin.
That's not hard. Wouldn't stop licking his own butthole.
It's been 0 days since a cat asshole was mentioned on this show.
Well, the only time it's not really probably mentioned is when we're not streaming. Just gonna put my notes every episode. Bring up a cat asshole.
That's how you bring the viewers in.
Speaking of which, hi, Basic Witch.
Oh, hey, Basic Witch. Sorry, we were talking about cat buttholes. you know how
Oh
it
my
is.
god. I have not been looking at chat at all tonight. I've been wholly distracted.
Oh,
it?
thanks. I'm glad the voice change is working out.
Get it? Wholly
Yeah.
distracted.
I don't have the set yet. I've been adding stuff as
You
we've
don't
streamed.
have the
Hang on. I forgot what it's called. That's part of the issue.
A rim shot.
I think that's what Kevin was giving
seriously
himself.
what that's called.
I know. It's not called that in the settings, and I have to. It's like there's categories and subcategories, and I have to just go through it. And I don't think y'all want to see me doing that as I look at it. So
Sorry, the sun in the eyeballs really caught me.
Oh no, it happens every session. At some point during every session, Donald's face gets about twice as big as it normally is for no fucking reason. And then he tries to fix it for about 4 seconds and realizes that it's not something that he can control, and we go on about our day.
yeah, I'm trying to get better about not stressing over the things I can't control, but I'm really bad at that. Yeah, Jillian just nodding.
God.
Yeah, no comment.
You guys are giving serious dad who needs readers, but will be damned if he uses them at a restaurant to look at the menu.
Okay, I feel
I'm in a ska
attacked.
music video. No.
View of my mom looking at my phone anytime I hand anything to her.
By dad seeing readers, I mean my dad.
I think I've been the 90% of the distraction tonight, and I am not sorry at all.
You shouldn't be.
No,
You've been
it's
fantastic. Sometimes I get really anxious about D&D because like I always want to do such a great job, but then it's just really at its core, it's just us having fun playing a game together, and I always forget that. So
It's us
like,
being stupid together.
I'm like,
We're all
what
stupid together.
if I don't have enough plans? And I'm like, it doesn't matter. No one knows what I have planned and what I don't have planned.
Also, you do an amazing job.
Oh, thanks.
Because you just react how you would normally react, and it makes for a fun story.
Well, that's what we're doing. That's what I love
Yeah.
about
And you're like,
D&D.
yeah, we can totally roleplay a drinking contest. Sure, why would we not?
Why wouldn't you?
Good
I feel like it
idea.
happens in every D&D campaign at some point. Like you have to have the drinking
Yeah.
contest. Oh, thanks, Basic Witch. You're amazing too. Just so you are well aware of that, which you should be, if you are not.
Yeah.
Yes, I have played Red Dragon Inn. In fact, I think Red Dragon Inn 1 and Red Dragon Inn 2. I
think
don't
so.
know if we have 3 or not. But we could definitely have 8 players of Red Dragon Inn at once.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
It's a very fun game.
The board, the card and board card.
And
yes.
playing with, could play with real alcohol. That would end poorly. I'm in. Let's do it.
Definitely.
100%. All right. Anything else y'all want to do? There is a point I would like to end the stream at, and we are not quite there. But that's really up to y'all if we want to keep going or if we want to just pick up next time. But y'all know I like a cliffhanger.
Okay, there's nothing else for us to do for a couple of days. I'm gonna turn around. Is Professor like working on her stuff?
She is working on this anchor and has no idea you're there at this point.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna turn back. So okay, with the scar stuff, I don't think there's anything else we can do with the teleportation stuff for a few days, sounds like. So, scars stuff? Okay, here's the question. What do we want to do? Do we want to, what's our goal? Do we have a fact-finding goal
Kill him.
or do we have an action goal?
I vote kill him.
That's definitely an action.
And
Sorry, Karn.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
kind
looking.
of an asshole.
I'm looking at Karn. Karn, this,
I won't kill him if you don't want us to kill
no
him.
offense, Chime, but we're gonna have to let Karn's opinion here weigh more than
Yeah.
ours.
Yeah, that's a better idea than me.
Don't know. I mean, I feel like we need to go fact finding, but there's the possibility we are going to have to confront him. We may have to take extreme action, and I've made my peace with that.
Okay, so fact finding unless it turns bad.
Yeah, we're not looking for a fight, but we'll be prepared for one, because if his actions are escalating and if he has been working with Dragonbane, we need to confront him about it and put a stop to it if need be.
Okay. I just to exhaust options, if this is purely fact finding, do we need to be the ones that go? Can we hire someone to go out, like a mercenary, or perhaps Mostep has someone who might be skilled in this?
We can always ask.
Or do we need to be able to assess the situation on our own? Do we think that there might be context that other people will not be able to pick up?
I think it needs to be us.
Well, I was going to say he's looking for us specifically. But go on. Say what you were going to say.
Well, no, I was just going to say other people aren't going to understand the complexities of everything that's going on and has been going on, and I don't feel like we have the time to commit to try to bring a hired hand up to speed on that.
And then wait for them to go, come back.
Exactly. Also,
tell us, and then we're already days behind.
And we've already seen that he's escalating to trying to kill his own followers. Do we really need to put someone else in danger with that kind of action going on?
Yeah, you're right.
Also, I feel like we need to go to him, because if he is looking for us, I don't want him to come find us and possibly involve innocent people.
I hear that. Did Epoch say that his job was to get us to go there, though, either by our own free will or not? So
he did.
Scars, I think, is at least half expecting us to show up.
Was that a question from the group? Or were you asking me specifically if that's what he said?
I was saying that to the group. I believe that to be true.
I mean, that's everything we've seen indicates that that's true, which was my hesitance in us going. But I don't know. There is also the issue of we could be sending a guy in there just.
Yep. I don't know that I want that on my conscience.
I wouldn't want that.
I feel like we have to do this. But yeah, we just don't have a choice.
Okay. Pack up, get supplies, head out, try to be discreet.
Okay. I think we'll end it there for tonight. I just think the next part will take too long, and I don't know if people will want to stop. So just I know Jillian's had a very long day today, and I would like her to get a little more downtime and relaxation, if possible. So thank you all for playing the night. So in a very special move, since this is technically an off week for KFD&D, we'll be back again next week with our next episode and trying to maybe squeeze in some more. So that's October 25th. We'll have episode 13 of this season. We will not be streaming on November 1st because we're not available. So no stream then. I might work in a bonus stream at some point. It might be like an impromptu thing. Again, a part of me wants to do Purgatory House again. I think that was a lot of fun last year. And, we're running out of Halloweeny time. So we'll see if we can. We'll see if maybe we can squeeze that in at some point. And I might not have the capacity to do it, but that's just something that I like to toss out there. Well, cool. I don't think we're gonna raid tonight because I just don't think I have the spoons for that. So yeah, be back again next week with our next episode of KFD&D. Thank you all for hanging out. And we will be back. I lost OBS. There it is. Pro streamer. It's only been 3 years. We'll see you all next week. Bye, everybody.
Night.
Good night. Have a wonderful
Bye.
time.
Bye.